And which are those territories that Socadef controls? Where are they? In Amazonia. You had a show to announce your ghost town shut down, and the only person commenting on your show was your wife. If you had troops occupying some territories on the ground, I mean, you have troops occupying territories on the ground, and you do not have supporters to support you on the social media, and only your family has to be commenting. Ladies and gentlemen, what is beginning to happen in this struggle is that finally, we are beginning to see the black legs. They are emerging. And again, I agree with those of you who say ARC ought to suspend Ebenezer from that movement, because apparently, personally, I will not sit in any meeting where Ebenezer is in there, because he is a black leg within us, furnishing La République du Cameroon with everything that we discuss in there. All right, let me get to my panelists. Bishop John.
Sir Chris, I think that we still have a pocket of enablers in Amazonia who will do anything for pay. People who have sold their soul and they don't care about our freedom. There are some people who are very ignorant and they think that by serving La République or serving their personal interest is going to do any good to them. They end up losing their lives.
Ebenezer is supposed to have been out of ARC a long time, since last year. Let me tell you what we do not know. Ebenezer has been meeting with French Cameroon government behind ARC since March of 2020. And it took them, it took a lot of pressure from ARC on Ebenezer to even accept that they met with La République du Cameroon, ECO, and a delegation, I think, 9 or 10 from Cameroon. They met in Accra, Ghana. They arrived at some at some resolutions, assignments that Ebenezer would carry out within ARC. And in that arrangement, in those resolutions, Ebenezer was supposed to bring some of the leaders, the major leader, of course, Dr. Sako and others, so they can meet secretly, privately, with La République du Cameroon. Ebenezer contacted Dr. Sako, and Dr. Sako said, no, I am not going to be having any private meeting with La République du Cameroon. We should meet at the negotiation table. I believe he also contacted other members in ARC, but they turned down that invitation. But Ebenezer continued to deal and negotiate with La République du Cameroon until now. Yesterday, over the weekend, he announced these ghost towns shut down. Just so he can prove, ladies and gentlemen, to La République du Cameroon, that the APLM, the Socadef, that the Socadef is able to enforce, and he essentially wants to present himself as a major power. In the reliefs that Akwanga and his team sent out into ARC, posted in the ARC forum, Cho Ayaba comes out so bitter. In fact, when he made that audio, I thought he was going to come out to to tell us those other battles or where the ADF was fighting. That is the man on the screen there. I thought he was going to come out to tell us. I thought he was going to come out to tell us where the ADF was fighting, or at least to congratulate our restoration fighters. No, Cho Ayaba came out, launched attacks at Dr. Sako, launched attacks at Chris Anu. Shouldn't he be telling us where his boys are fighting all this time with this firepower that we see on the ground? Barrister John.
Yeah, look, Chris. Before I say it, look at the way he's dressed. In which academic institution in England will you have an academic man like this?
I don't know. Now you are saying that, not me saying that, Barrister John.
Well, let me tell you, these our enablers are now ashamed. I listened to John Akoro the other day talking about the Swiss stocks and that they are eminent. I listened to him and I looked and I said, look at a hypocrite. I don't know how they are walking themselves back, but let me tell you, Cho Ayaba has made a concerted decision that he will not return to Amazonia. Otherwise, he should be on his knees now begging. Look at him. This is a man with blood in his hands. Look at his face. He's a killer. He knows that he comes to Amazonia, he will not survive. So he is sticking to his guns. But people like John Akoro and others, and Ayuk Tabe is now preaching the gospel. I don't know. Then they're now eating gari. And all those kidnappings are orchestrated by remnants of the ADF in Mankon and leased with Bafut. Look, that cross and die man is in is somewhere in Tanka, and there is a remnant ADF camp in Tanka, and they should know our restoration forces will come after them. The Alabo camp has been reconstituted into an ADF camp, and there are a few of them there terrorizing every Ambazonian from Meta through Mankon and beyond, kidnapping them and taking ransom. We have a job to do, Chris. We have to go after these guys and decimate them.
Yes, you are very right.
It is uncalled for, because when they do it, it falls on the interim government, and
Correct.
that is what we cannot accept. Look, that cross and die man is coordinating all the kidnapping in Mankon and Kwen, and connecting it to Bafut. There are remnant guys in Bafut. There's a certain General Tiger in Bafut whose work is only to kidnap people.
The Tiger one alone, he is the worst amongst them.
He is the worst. I mean, we should go after people like that. The Bafut 7 Qatar to shake to take note. I am talking with our commander Wilson, the military coordinator down in Mezam, to ensure that they clean up all of Bafut, all of Mankon, all those kidnappers in Mankon and Bafut, because anybody who claims to be neutral in Mankon, he looks like an evil man who has met with a Namdi, Kaulo, or whatever. Look at him.
Well, he may not look like an Amazonia, but he apparently looks like a head cutter. He has promised to cut heads.
He goes around telling people that he represents. He told Biafrans that he represents the southern Cameroons. Listen, that man is. I think he has decided that he is not returning to Amazonia. Otherwise, he is the first to have come and apologize and clean up himself. All the people that he has killed, all our restoration forces that he has killed. How is he going?
Does Ebenezer Akwanga have fighters on the ground, tollers of territories?
Senator Chris, I could tell you that one area where Akwanga could have fighters is Matobutu. But the fighters in Matobutu are being taken care of by the government of the Amazonia, of the interim government. Akwanga had fighters sometime everywhere, but these fighters, because they are not being taken care of, some have just left and joined their local government. So right now, I have asked Akwanga representative in the act to tell me where they have their forces. Where do you have forces? They say it's top secret. What top secret? Tell me where we have forces in Amazonia. I will tell you, the IG have forces in every county in Amazonia. I will tell you the countries and the local government that don't have forces. Some countries we have forces in few local governments, and we don't have forces in all of the local government. I will tell you that what is that top secret? What is top secret about knowing which territory you control and where are they? When has Sokadef ever enforced anything? Now, when we give an order, the Sokadef fighters the ones that are immature, they respond because they are being taken care of by the local governments.